right, Shalom, Akim, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, as always, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Howard,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Once again, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Our double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and that's out there still pushing this truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect Akim, or the elect of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, that's pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. We're Great Millstone, Dallas, and we're coming back today with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying, and may Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai find mercy. Have mercy on us that are doing this work in sincerity and truth, and that we're found to be delivered whenever the Lord comes back. All right, Lord willing, So we're going to go into a topic today in Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, and we're not going to read the whole chapter. We're going to start at verse 16 and read through the rest of the chapter, because this when you read Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, it goes into how pretty much the reason as to why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai scattered us across amongst these different nations due to our transgressions, and how the Lord is going to gather us back together and place His law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts. Okay, and this is only given to the nation of Israel. All right, this isn't given to any other nation of people. This isn't given to the heathen. All right, this is only going to be given to, beginning with the elect of the nation of Israel, but it's going to trickle down to the rest of the nation. All right, because you got these Christians, Vocab Malone and all these different individuals who are saying that salvation could be given to the heathen when that's not true. As a matter of fact, I know I told you to hold Ezekiel 36, but can you still hold where you at? But still, can you grab Isaiah the 59th chapter and maybe start at verse 20? I want to say it could be, or 21. Let me double check.
Redeemer shall come to Zion.
Yeah. Let's see. Start at verse 20 and read through 21.
Okay. God, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 20. It says, "And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord."
And that Redeemer is talking about Yahushua, all right? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That Redeemer, because Yahushua's name means He, Yah. Yahushua means deliverer, salvation. So He's going to come. It says shall come to Zion, right? Which what does Zion mean in the Hebrew for you brothers? How you say it in the Hebrew? So Zion always for me, right? Monument or memorial, which is synonymous with Israel, Jerusalem, right? It says and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, which is repentance at the end of the day. You got it.
Verse 21, it says, "As for me, this is my covenant with them."
As for me, this is my covenant with them. So he's proven that the covenant that He's going to make is going to be with who? Jacob and Israel. Zion, right? Go ahead.
"And my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed's seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever."
Which is the new covenant. Okay, that's the new covenant. That's the New Testament, if you will. Now we're not in the new covenant yet. Okay, us waking up and coming into the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, coming into this knowledge, right? We are in the beginning phases of the New Testament, but we're not within the new covenant yet, because what? We're still in the sinful flesh, and we still transgress. We're going to know whenever we're fully in the new covenant, whenever we have those transformed bodies, and ultimately when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's law, statutes, and commandments are actually programmed inside of our inward parts. That's when we're going to be in the new covenant. You see, this is just the beginning phase of it. As the scripture says in Corinthians, it says that the Lord had given us the earnest of the Spirit. You see, which is like the earnest of the Spirit is like a down payment in a sense. Like if you want to get some new Jordans or some new shoes or a new couch, sometimes you could put something on layaway.
Right.
Whereas you could begin, it's yours, but you got to pay it off first before you can get it.
Right.
So in a sense, with us getting the Spirit from on high, this is like in a sense of a layaway.
We're indebted to Yahushua ultimately.
Exactly.
We bought with a price. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is a sense of a layaway with the Spirit that we have right now until what? Our faith is actually finished, as we were going into yesterday today. Yeah, right? So from there, anybody got a precept?
I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, And this is going to be in the NLT version, all right, the New Living Translation. I'm going to start at verse 22, but the point is in verse 23. All right, it says, "For we know that all creation has been groaning as in the pains of childbirth right up to the present time." Right, because when Yahweh Shai came on the scene, that was a huge thing for the nation of Israel. That was a huge thing, just period. Like for as far as prophecies, that was humongous. That's what everything was waiting on, was the manifestation of Yahweh Shai.
Mhm.
Because eventually, what that means is for the elect, right? In the coming up days, that they're going to have that same deliverance, like it says in 1 John the 3rd chapter. We know when we see Him, we shall be like Him. You see. So it says, verse 23. It says, "And we believers also groan, even though we have the Holy Spirit within us as a foretaste of future glory." So it's like the brother is going into beautifully. It's pretty much that right now the Spirit is comforting us, it's redeeming us, like we've been called, and lo and behold, hey, we very well could be sealed, man. The elected have already been sealed from the foundations of the earth, as it is written, but we won't know until it actually plays out here in the physical world, right? But it says, "For we long for our bodies to be released from sin and suffering. We too wait with eager hope for the day when the Most High will give us our full rights as His adopted children." It says, "including the new bodies He has promised us." So it's going to fully be manifested, like you went into beautifully, bro. In Hebrews, the 8th chapter, when the law, statutes, and commandments are written within our inward parts, man, we'll be changed permanently.
We'll be like Him.
We'll be like
As it tells you in 1 John 3. It says, "We shall see Him as He is, and we're going to be like Him." You see, we're going to actually have that joint rulership. We're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, man. And that's what we're fighting to be, man. We're fighting for immortality. We're fighting to never die again. We're fighting to conquer death. Yahweh Shai already conquered it for us, you see. But Yahweh Shai is the first fruits of the first fruits.
Right.
He is the elect of the elect.
He's
Yahweh
already
Shai,
proven, if I can say.
Yeah.
We're trying to prove our worthiness to be glorified. You have to be proven to be glorified.
Right.
You know?
He showed us how to do it.
Right.
He came on he literally, Yahweh Shai's walk and what He did. He came on the planet Earth in the likeness of simple flesh, just as us. Lord willing, we're of that elect number, right? He came in this pretty much in the same flesh as sinful flesh to show us how to do it. Which Yahweh Shai, he's the elect of the elect. You see, he's the numero uno. You see that? And He gave us an example of how we need to do in order to get back to that former glory as we once were from the beginning. Lord willing, we're of that number. You know? Did you have a precept?
No, not yet.
Okay, so likely. All right, so from were you finished? All right, anybody else? All right, so with that, let's jump to Ezekiel 36. We'll start at verse 16, and then we'll read down to the rest of the chapter. So, but of course, we'll what you got?
All right, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 16. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings. Their way was before me as the uncleanness of a removed woman."
It says their way was before me as the uncleanness of a removed woman. You see that, Yazarala? What is that? That last part, what is that talking about?
Remove woman, like a woman when she's on her time period on her cycle.
Right.
She has to be removed.
Exactly. She's unclean. She's pretty much in a sense, whereas when a woman's on a cycle, you have to shun her. You have to pretty much, she can't be around you. So as us being the woman of the Lord, us worshiping idols and things of that nature, you see the Lord casted us away. You know, we pretty much committed adultery against Yahweh Shai, so He put us away. You see? Whereas we got scattered amongst these different nations, as the curse says will happen, and what? We profaned the name of Yahweh Shai. See? Yeah, you got it.
But when you read NLT, it says removed as a menstrual cloth. So what do you do with the menstrual cloth? You discard it when it's done. The brother said that's what the Most High did. Was He threw us away, He put us away. He was filthy as hell with these idols as that menstrual cloth.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Leviticus 18 and start at verse 24.
This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 24. It says, "Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you."
Right, because the law, statutes, and commandments that was given unto us to follow to make us separate as the scripture says that ye shall be above all people on the face of the earth. The laws that we received from Yahweh Bashem Al Shah was to separate us from those different Canaanite nations. So everything that's written within the law, whereas it talks about pretty much thou shalt not lay with mankind as thou lay with woman, not to eat unclean foods, not to have your daughters be pretty much whores amongst the nation of Israel, and your men not to be sodomites, temple prostitutes, adultery, laying with close family members, and pretty much the moral conduct of how we were to treat one another. The different heathen nations around us were doing those things. Pretty much when you read the law, everything that the Lord told us not to do was what the heathen was doing. So the Lord was like, look, don't do these things that I'm telling you not to do, because this is exactly what the heathen is doing, which is actually continue. It's about to make the point I was going to say.
Leviticus 18:25. And the land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it. And the land itself vomited out her inhabitants.
Right, it says the land vomits out her inhabitants. You see, so if you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, the land is going to vomit you out. The land is going to spew you out. You see that? So look at what's going on in the land of Israel right now. You got Pink City. You first and foremost, you got a bunch of heathen in our land that don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments that are claiming to be us. You see, so ultimately, what's the Lord going to do? The Lord is going to vomit them out of His land, eventually, and we know that's coming very soon. But if we don't keep the ordinances that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gave unto us, He said, "What the land is going to spew you out," which is what happened to us, and which is what happened to those Canaanites. Go ahead.
Leviticus 18:26. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations. Neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you.
Go ahead.
For all these abominations have the men of the land done.
For all these abominations have the men of the land done. Everything that you read within the law, the heathen were doing. And the Lord told us not to do those things. You see? Because the heathen, those Canaanites, those Hamites, was in the land defiling it, which was already promised to us from the beginning. Right? Go ahead.
It says, for all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. That the land spew you not out, also when ye defiled it. As it spewed out the nations that were before you.
As it spewed out the nations that were before you, so the land will spew you out. And you see that happening with Esau today. The way that he's ruling the world in wickedness, the way that he's running the world, his wicked decrees. Ultimately, the way that the Lord has it set up is that the Lord will cast you out. The land will spew you out.
Right.
Nature's revolting.
Yeah, exactly. Nature will revolt against you naturally because the earth is a living being.
Right.
The earth is living. So if you don't
that destroy the earth.
exactly destroy them, which destroy the earth. The earth will naturally cast you out. The earth has an immune system.
Yeah, for sure.
You see, just as your body has white blood cells that attacks viruses, Esau is the main virus.
Oil. That's the blood of the earth right there. He's fracking, always drilling for oil. That right there. He's bleeding the earth,
Which causes earthquakes. And
Right,
earthquakes cause tsunamis. Like
It's volcanoes out of Seattle right now
See?
that they can't put. It ain't even erupted yet.
Yeah, it's just sitting dormant.
Right.
And eventually the mother's gonna go off. The whole Yellowstone National Park, just a big ass volcano. You know what I'm saying? So like the Lord has it to whereas naturally the earth will do its thing. You see, but ultimately, specifically with the land of Israel, which is our land, which is the chosen land on the planet Earth, if you don't do what the Lord told you to do in that land, the Lord he'll kick your ass out of there, which is what happened to us. Because we didn't take away the heathen as we were supposed to. We were supposed to go into the land of Canaan and completely take out everybody. I'm talking about the cattle, the men, the statues, the idols. We were supposed to burn and we were supposed to kill the people and burn everything. And we didn't do that. You see, we mingled among the heathen. We began to learn their ways. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 26, and Tim just going to what you're saying. Let favor be shown unto the wicked, that he will not learn uprightness. He will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly and will not hold the majesty of the Lord. That's exactly what they're doing over there. Like you said, Pink City, now being the #1 homosexual capital of the world, right now, and that really links up with Luke 21-24, because their time is just about to be fulfilled, and they will be ejected forth out of that land. So just to go ahead on what you were saying.
Got it. Absolutely. That's beautiful. That's Isaiah 26:10.
Yeah.
Yep. It says, "Let favor be showed to the wicked, but in the land of uprightness, they won't pretty much follow the ways, man, because it wasn't given to them to follow the ways. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you know." That was it in Leviticus. Anybody else have a precept? All right, we can jump back to Ezekiel 36.
This back in the book of Ezekiel 36, and I'm going to read 17 again. It says, "Son of man, when the house of Israel dwelt in their own land, they defiled it by their own way and by their doings. Their way was before me as the uncleanness of a removed woman."
We just broke that down. Why we were likened unto a removed or a menstruous woman, a woman that has to be separated, right? Go ahead.
Yep.
An unclean woman, right? Go ahead.
Verse 18, it says, "Wherefore I pour my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols wherewith they had polluted it."
It says for the blood that they shed in the land and the idols that they polluted it with. You see, in the way that our people shed blood in the land was a main thing, I'd rather say, was the fact of our people pretty much sacrificing their children unto Molech, man. You know, going into blood sacrifices and things of that nature. You know, slaying pretty much. It tells you in the book of Jeremiah, I want to say it is the slaying of the innocents. Somewhere, I think it's Jeremiah 2. You know,
I'm here. I'm in Jeremiah 2.
Oh, go ahead.
This Jeremiah 2. I just started 8. It says, "The priest said not, where is the Lord? And they that handle the law knew me not. Pastors also transgressed against me, and the prophets prophesied by Baal, and walked after things that do not profit."
You see that? They said they walked after things that do not profit, and they prophesied in the name of Baal, man. You see, going into pretty much our leaders, the priesthood of the nation, were actually like another example is when you read Ezekiel 8, where Ezekiel was told to look into that hole in the wall, and he's seen pretty much our people, you know, our women weeping for Tammuz. You know, it says they had their back toward the temple, but their face was toward the sun, and they was worshiping the sun. You know, so our people was into all kinds of idolatry, which is the main thing. It was the main thing that the Lord told us not to do. You see, because the Lord is a jealous power. You see, and when you worship other gods, which aren't really truly gods, but when you worship another god, in a sense, the Lord looks at that as what? Spiritual adultery.
Right.
That's right.
Which is what happened to the nation of Israel. This is why we became Gentiles. See, this is the reason why we got casted away. And through the sacrifice that Yahushua made, and when you read in the New Testament, those Gentiles that who the Apostle Paul was writing to, those are Israelites.
Yeah.
That didn't know they were Israelites because what? We were scattered among the heathen. As the curse said would happen. So it's not that confusing. It's not that it's just a far-fetched, you know, we just sounding crazy. Well, you know what, hey, we can sound crazy, but it wasn't meant for you to get it at the end of the day.
That's right.
You know?
A little bit more.
Mhm.
Jump to verse 11. It says, "Hath the nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit. Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith the Lord." And the Lord made us desolate, man. He stripped us of our heritage.
You got it.
Jeremiah 7 and 30. "For the children of Judah have done evil in my sight, said the Lord. They have set their abominations in the house which is called by my name to pollute it. And they have built the high places of Tophet, which is in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to burn their sons and their daughters in the fire, which I commanded them not, neither came it into my heart." So just back here, that's why he said one of the chief things they were doing was actual bloodshed, where they were sacrificing their sons and their daughters in the valley of Hinnom. You know, this is most I command us not to do.
Going into sacrifice unto Molech, man. And you see that prominently amongst our people today, specifically with the nigga woman, man. You know, these abortion, these A clinics, you know, PP hood, you know what I'm saying? All these different things. You know, it's all the same thing that our people are doing today. You know, now you have a building. You know, now you have a doctor with a white jacket on that's telling you that this is the way to go. When it really is just a sense of eugenics and it's sacrifices to Molech, man.
Yeah.
These Edomites these Edomites rule in the same spirit as Ham. You see, these different Hamitic customs and these gods that they worship all goes back to ancient, goes back to Babylon and Sumerian customs, man. Same thing, and our people are swayed by the same things today, man. You know, idolatry.
Say Christmas to you alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's synonymous with sacrificing child in the fire. Yo.
Mm-hmm. Putting your child on Santa's lap. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you got to go up the little thing and down the hall. You put him on his lap, and he's sitting there. It's pretty much sacrificing your child, man.
Mm-hmm.
Santa's synonymous with Satan. When you just rearrange the word, the letters, you got Satan and Santa. So I mean, it's the same thing. You know?
That's just so weird when you really think about it, how that can be normalized. Like
Yeah.
you to go up and this dude, a stranger,
Yeah.
he's got a fake beard on and a costume.
Yeah.
But you can put your child on his lap. Like that's some weird shit when you really think about it.
Just
Yeah,
goes to show you there's some same.
Pedophilia too.
Yeah.
Go to show you there's some same spirits, man.
Yeah.
And that this devil, he's so his spell casting is very deep on our people, man.
You get yours first, and I'll then we'll get it. That's right.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 25. Behold, the days come, said Yahweh, that I will punish all them which are circumcised with the uncircumcised. Egypt and Judah and Edom and the children of Ammon and Moab and all that are in the uttermost corners that dwell in the wilderness. For all these nations are uncircumcised, and all the house of Israel are uncircumcised in the heart. So, being that we're going into this, Ezekiel being given the hearts of flesh, to replace our stony hearts, we have to start first with circumcising our hearts, meaning dedicating our mind and our time to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and not conforming to the ways of the heathen, like how we read about in what was that, in the Deuteronomy, to not conform to the idols and the idolatry that these other nations were worshiping, man.
Mm-hmm. You got it, Azarella.
And then she just actually going into, because like you had mentioned, first it was Ephraim actually that went
Can you
off.
pick up your voice too, Baba Shaw?
Yeah, kind of. Like you had mentioned, first it was Ephraim that went off, and of course Judah played the harp like his sister here. So this is Jeremiah 7:16. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up the cry, nor prayer for them, neither make intercessions to me, for I will not hear thee.
Mm-hmm.
Seest thou not that they do in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and their fathers kindle a fire, and the women knead dough, and make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and pour out a drink offering unto the gods, and they provoke me to anger. So this is just one of the many ways that we went off. Celebrating and worshiping the Queen of Heaven, sacrificing idols, sacrificing our children, I should say. Just many different ways that we went off, and so eventually, he said, the whole house of Israel was cast off.
The Lord casted us away. As he told us, and the Lord was righteous in that. The Lord ain't unrighteous because of the reason as to what we did. He gave us guidelines. But look, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. But if you do this, this is what I'm going to do to you. And we did exactly what the Lord told us not to do, and he did exactly what he said he would do to us. So it's like, the Lord is like, hey, like, you knew better because I told you, we can go back to Ezekiel 36. Read verse. Go ahead.
Just back in Ezekiel 36, and I'm going to read verse 18 again. It says, Wherefore I poured my fury upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land, and for their idols wherewith they had polluted it. And I scattered them among the heathen,
Mm-hmm.
and they were dispersed through the countries. According to their way and according to their doings, I judged them.
Right. He said, according to their ways and according to their doings, I judged them. So for us doing that, the Lord scattered us among the heathen
Mm-hmm.
as a curse. Somebody grab Deuteronomy
28:64.
Yeah, go to grab it.
So Deuteronomy 28:64 reads, And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the
We
other.
will be scattered across the whole planet. The Israelites will be in all different nations. We wouldn't be in our homeland. We will be scattered amongst these different heathen. Go ahead.
Even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And there thou shalt serve other gods. We're gonna serve other idols of the idols of the heathen. The main idol that our people are on right now is Jesus Christ. You see, Cesare Borgia, Serapis Christus, you know what I'm saying? All these Buddhism,
Islam.
Islam, all these different philosophies that our people are into, our people are into. And their idol and their philosophies of the heathen. Right? Go ahead.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. Idols, idolatry. That was a curse. That's Deuteronomy 28. This is a curse that will come upon our people, which proves who the Israelites are. You see? Yes. Go ahead.
This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 1. It says, therefore the Lord hath made good his word, which he pronounced against us, and against our judges that judge Israel, and against our kings, and against our princes, and against the men of Israel and Judah. Just like how you were saying, the Lord told us and warned us if we go off these law, statutes, commandments, this is what's going to happen. X, Y, Z, and he made good his word,
Yep. He will scatter us among the heathen, man, which we are to this day, which in turn made us what? Gentiles. This is where the story of the Gentiles comes in. Okay. Somebody grab Ezekiel 18 and 29 and 30. Go ahead, bro.
This is Ezekiel 18, 29, and 30.
Make sure, because the camera's over here.
Way over here.
Yeah,
Yet saith the house of Israel, the way of the Lord is not equal. O house of Israel, are not my ways equal? Are not your ways unequal?
Right, they said the house of Israel saying, look, they telling the Heavenly Father that his ways ain't equal, his ways ain't right. Right? He says, yes saith the house of Israel, the way of the Lord is not equal, and that's our people, man. Niggas, man, a bunch of whole ass niggas. The Lord, so he's trying to tell me you guys serve a God that will put you in he will put you on slave ships. You really serve a God that says that they will do this and he will flood the earth. That's what the Lord said. He said, thus saith the house of Israel, the ways of the Lord ain't. Matter of fact, read that again. Baba Shaw.
Come. Ezekiel 18 and 29. Yet saith the house of Israel, the way of the Lord is not equal. O house of Israel, are not my ways equal? Are not your ways unequal?
He's like, it's not your ways unequal. He's like, it's not your ways not right.
Right.
Pretty much, it's not your ways the way that I told you not to do, but you did it anyway.
Right.
You see, so the Lord is like, look, how you going to call me unequal when I gave you the guideline and you didn't follow it, but now I judged you according to what you said and you agreed to it. Exodus 24, you agreed to it. He said, thus we're going to obey the word of the Lord. And you didn't obey it, and I told you what I'm going to do to y'all. How am I not equal?
Right.
He's like, it's not your ways unequal? Right?
What you said you was gonna do.
Yeah, what you said you was gonna do, you didn't do it.
Right.
But I did what I said I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I held up my end, but you didn't hold up your end, right? Go ahead.
That's how women do too. That's why he likens us,
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's what your woman do. When she do something wrong, she make it your fault. She try to spin it on you.
Try to spin it on
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Like, hold up.
And that's Jake, man.
Yeah.
That's Jake 100. That's so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans 100%.
Oh,
Man, I'm talking about completely unreasonable, man.
Oh yeah.
Completely unreasonable. You really trying to tell me God would do that? Yeah, absolutely, the Lord would do it. The Lord flooded the earth.
Damn right.
You know what
He
I'm
said it
saying?
didn't happen.
Exactly.
He told you he was gonna do it, and he did.
He did it. The Lord did everything. The word of the Lord of all void. The Lord is going to do what he said he's going to do. Right? Go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 18 and 30. Therefore I will judge you, O house of Israel, every one according to his ways, saith the Lord power. Repent and turn yourselves from all your transgressions, so iniquity shall not be your ruin.
Right. He said, so repent. He's like, look, and repent from everything that you're doing so that your iniquities ain't going to be to your ruin, man. And that's the reason as to why Yahweh Shah is so important. That's the ministry of reconciliation. Turning from our evil ways, man. Repenting unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, man. Because you're going to be judged according to the things that you do. You see? Yahweh's sacrifice wasn't for you just to get the green light to be more wicked.
That's right.
Yahweh's sacrifice was made so that what? The sins that we've done in our past lives and the sins that we've done before we came into the knowledge could be forgiven.
That's right.
But that doesn't give you the green light to just do the same things that you was doing. We got to turn from our wicked ways, man. We gotta wash ourselves. And the way that you wash yourself is with this word, man. It's an internal cleansing. See, that was it on that. Somebody grab Ezekiel 39:24.
Ezekiel 39, verse 24, it says, according, you must start, all right. Ezekiel,
Actually, start at verse 22.
Yeah. Ezekiel 39:23, it says, and the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity.
It says, and the heathen are going to know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity. See, that's the reason as to why the heathen do everything in their power. The chief heathen Esau does everything in their power to keep us low, to keep us down, to keep us transgression, because they know that the more we in transgression, the more that we're in transgression, the farther away we are from our power. They know that. So that's why they put pork in everything. They promote idolatry. They promote adultery. They promote morality. They promote all these different things that the Lord told us not to do, because what? They're like, look, if we can keep these people in sin, their power ain't going to be close to them. They're going to continue to be weak.
Yep.
Right? Go ahead.
It says, verse 23 again, and the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword.
There it is, the house of Israel.
Yeah.
We were put into the hand of our enemies, and what? The enemies overtook us.
For our own wickedness.
For our own transgressions, our own wickedness, man.
Yep.
I got precept.
Let's, one more verse.
Verse 24 says, according to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them.
So the Lord, like, look, according to what you've done, this is the reason as to why this has happened. And I hid my face from you. Because we transgressed and we went off. Right? You got it.
Jeremiah 2:20, just real quick. 2:19, Salakia. Thine own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee. Know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter, that thou hast forsaken the Lord thy God, and that my fear is not in thee, saith the Lord, God of hosts.
You got it.
Yeah, man. So like it's because of our own transgressions, our own backslidings. So you put yourself in that position, is what the Lord is saying. You didn't hold up your end of the bargain, so this is the recompense for it.
Yep.
Now, within us being corrected in this way and seeing the end of our own wickedness, man, you got a remnant that's going to repent and return.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Baruch 4:6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. For you provoked him that made you by sacrificing to the devils and not to the Most High. So it's pretty self-explanatory right there.
Exactly.
That accountability. Jake hates accountability. If you say, hey, this is the recompense for your actions, Jake looks at that as though it's a bad thing. So right here, the Lord is holding us accountable. Hey, this was our agreement, you broke it, and this is what was said to happen to you. So then when you say, when that question comes up, you saying the Lord will send us into slavery because of our own? Yes. They look at, when they say that, they really think that that's some strange concept.
But it happened.
But it happened.
Right. But it happened. So the thing is, it happened, right? It happened.
Right.
But the Lord is not right on doing that. So you try to tell, so the Lord ain't right according to you.
Yeah.
All right, so why did it happen?
Yeah, they think they know better than the Most High.
Yeah, so why did it happen then? That if what we're reading here isn't the answer, right?
Yeah.
Then you give me the answer to why that happened.
They have none.
They have no answer behind it.
It's right here.
Hey,
See?
But then, like I say this, but then they'll be quick to get on somebody for somebody getting on them for punishing their child.
Right.
Like, shit, I told him if he had his homework done by the time I got to the house, I'm beating his ass. So you know, we got that one person trying to know their business, but then they'll go all off on them. Same thing with Heavenly Father.
Same thing. I know it's about the precept. We'll get the precept, then we'll get your point. We'll go around full circle.
This Deuteronomy chapter 29, just going into how you said the nations, they understood why this was happening to us. This is Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 24. It says, even all nations shall say, wherefore hath the Lord done thus unto this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger? And then it says, then men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahweh power of their fathers.
There it is.
Which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. So even the heathens knew, they understood that the Lord was kicking our ass even when we came out of Egypt, because we kept going off and off and off.
Correct. Yep.
That's just like that verse.
Deuteronomy 29 and 24.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just like in Deuteronomy 4, where it says if we do keep the statutes and laws and everything like that, the heathen will look at us and be like, sure, yo, this is a wise and understanding people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's all we have to do. You know, Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. Take heed to that part. It lists out what he gonna give us.
You know? It's like, bro, if you do your chores, you're gonna get your allowance.
Yep.
If you
It's
don't,
so
you're gonna
simple.
get punished.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was beautiful because y'all made a point, and I was in the middle of looking up this word accountability in the online etymology dictionary. It says the state of being answerable, because y'all went and said being able to give an answer. But when you look up this word answerable, all right, it says accountable, but then when you jump down as an adjective, it says required to explain or justify one's actions to, responsible, or having a report to. So, you know, your answer will pretty much be able to either justify you, or you know, pretty much the Lord is the ultimate judge. So the answer you give to the judge is going to either be able to justify you, or it's not going to be justified.
Yeah,
It didn't be able to justify you.
Justify, condemn you. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Right. So the things that we've done, you know, the Lord is like, look, I'm righteous in what I'm doing. I'm righteous in what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not sitting here unrighteous for what happened to y'all. I told y'all what was going to happen, and I did it.
Yeah.
And because you agreed to it.
Yeah.
You know, I told you that I'm gonna give you these stipulations, and this is what I'm gonna do to you if you don't follow it. And our people said, from this day forward, we gonna obey the Lord. And you didn't obey me, so I beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? As a woman, I cast your ass out.
Yeah.
You know, Ezekiel, the whole 16th chapter, Ezekiel 16, Ezekiel 23, both of those chapters goes to pretty much how Israel played the harlot and the Lord fucked us up. You know, excuse my medieval swahili. You gotta go ahead.
He gave us a bill of divorcement.
Yeah.
That's like making it official.
Yeah.
You are not my woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you want to be the woman. You wanted to be the woman of the heathen.
Right.
You want to follow their gods. You want to follow after them. So let them save you. You know. Yeah. You want to pee pop on a handstand on camera?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
I got kicked out the house.
Right. You coming in late, stumbling. You know, one high heel on, other high heel off.
Yeah.
And then you sitting there on the chair. You know, it's like you sitting there on the chair, and then you flip the light on. She flips the light on. You just sitting there.
Yeah.
You know you finna get your ass dusted off.
Israel had an OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Only man. Goodness gracious.
Cancel
Man. Let's go back to Ezekiel 36 real quick here.
God. This is back in the book of Ezekiel 36 and verse 20. It says, and when they entered unto the heathen, whither they went, they profaned my holy name. When they said to them, these are the people of the Lord, and they are gone forth out of his land.
All right, so we profane the name of the Lord, man, because pretty much the name of the Lord is holy. So when the heathen looked at us, you see, and they seen that we were casted away, we were put into captivity. That the heathen looked at us, pretty much looked at us like, man, this is the people of the Lord. The Lord said they were going to do this to them. The Lord said that He was going to be their God. But here it is, they in captivity. So the name of the Lord was profaned because His name is a reputation. The way that the Lord's reputation was made was to what? In the land of Egypt. You see, that when the Lord delivered us out of the land of Egypt, His name got fame. So the heathen was like, man, look, these people that follow the Lord, look what He did to them. So His name was profaned among the heathen because of our actions. Let's get real quick. Ezekiel 20. And we're going to read through this quickly. Ezekiel 20, and start at verse 4 and just read that. Whoever can get there.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 4. It says, without judge them, son of man, without judge them, cause them to know the abominations of their fathers.
Right, we got to cause them to know the abominations of their fathers. Isaiah 58 and 1. Arise and spare not, lift up their voice like a trumpet, showing people their transgressions. And the nation of Israel their sins, as we're called to do. Go ahead.
It says, verse 5, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, and the day when I chose Israel and lifted up my hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt.
Lifted up my hand means a covenant. Like, you raise your right hand, I solemnly swear, that's pretty much what the Lord said with us. He lifted up his hand and made a covenant with us. Like, look, I got y'all, right? Go ahead.
It says, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt, when I lifted up my hand unto them, saying, I am the Lord your power, in the day that I lifted up my hand unto them, to bring them forth of the land of Egypt into a land that I had espied for them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands.
Where is the glory of all the lands, the greatest land on the planet Earth. The Lord gave it to us, right? And he promised and he made a covenant with us, like, look, I made a promise with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that you're going to dwell in this land. So I'm going to give it to y'all, right? Go ahead.
It says, then I said unto them, cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am Yahweh your power.
Going back into Leviticus 18. Cast away the abominations of our eyes, and don't follow after the idols of Egypt. See? Because in the land of Egypt, there's idolatry going on all over the place over there too. See? So the Lord is like, look, cast all that bullshit away and follow what I got to tell you. This is the reason as to why I'm giving you these commandments is because the heathen are following after these ways. Be separate. Right? Go ahead.
It says, but they rebelled against me and would not hearken unto me. They did not every man cast away the abominations of their eyes, neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land of Egypt.
Go ahead.
But I wrought for my name's sake.
But I wrought for my name's sake. Go ahead.
That it should not be polluted before the heathen.
That my name ain't gonna be polluted before the heathen. So the Lord, like, man, look, I did this because of my name. My name is pure. So the reason that's why I'm doing this is strictly because of my name's sake, man. Y'all ain't finna fuck my name up.
Yeah.
That's what the Lord saying. Y'all ain't finna jack my name up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say just a land back because the woman takes the last name of the man.
Exactly.
We're the wife of the heavenly father.
Yeah.
And you represent your husband.
Yep.
You like, man, look, you ain't finna jack my name up, man. I know, hey, hell no, fuck all that. You ain't finna make my name mud.
So the Lord, for a man, one of the most important things is legacy. So the Lord didn't want us to tarnish his legacy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, even your children, if your children not being wicked little ass demons, they could tarnish your name. Because they're like, you're so-and-so, son?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. And it could defile your reputation.
There was so doing at the house. Like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Going back on the parents.
Yeah.
Yep. And Scripture says a good name is a precious ointment. But it says pretty much a bad name is as like a pretty much a perfume with like flies or it's in Ecclesiastes somewhere. But pretty much it says that a good name is a precious ointment, man. So it's a sweet savor.
Your reputation precedes
Your reputation. So the Lord like, man, you ain't finna fuck my reputation up. Hell no.
Right.
After I did all this in Egypt for y'all,
Yeah,
man, you got me effed up. The Lord's pretty much what he's saying, right? Go ahead.
God says, Ezekiel 20:9, but I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen among whom they were, in whose sight I made myself known unto them, and bringing them forth out of the land of Egypt.
Go ahead.
Wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt, and brought them into the wilderness.
Right, so the Lord delivered us and he brought us into the wilderness where we received the laws, statutes, and commandments. And it was a great deliverance. And it was through the Lord that he delivered us out of the land of Egypt. Right, go ahead.
And I gave them my statutes and showed them my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them.
Right, so if you follow after my ways, you're going to live. Pretty much what the Lord's saying. Look, if you follow after my customs and ways, you're going to live in these. Right? Which means the law is holy. Go ahead.
Moreover, also I gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am Yahweh that sanctify them.
Go ahead.
But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness.
They rebelled against me in the wilderness. What they started doing, they started worshiping. I'm talking about Moses is in the mount, the chariot there. He's up there receiving the laws and the commandments. My people down there playing.
Yeah.
Our people down in the land, worshiping the golden calf.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Moses come down like, what the, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about chariot right there.
Right.
And they down there they down below the mountain going completely off.
you want to freak me.
I'm talking about going freaky Zeke. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about going to OnlyFans. All over the place, just being hoes. Spiritual hoes. And Moses came down like, bro.
Pissed, bro.
Like, bro, it's been 40 days, and plus the chariot is right there. Y'all see where I'm at. I walked up there and I never came back down. So, and plus the chariot ain't just dip off.
Well, they said
It's still sitting there.
they said that he was dead. They were like, well, he ain't coming back. You know, they didn't believe that the Lord killed him. You know, man. So they're like, hey, look, Aaron, look, take this gold we just got from the Egyptians
And make an idol out of it.
Right.
Jay crazy, bro. The Lord did all that, and then you think he killed Moses, bro? Like, what's wrong
And
with
the chair's still there.
It's still right there,
It's
bro.
still there, bro.
I always make that point, bro. The chariot is right there. In the wilderness, the chariot was right there the whole time.
The thing that defeated the Egyptian army, everything, like all that.
For you.
Yeah.
It's like this, but you know what? Nah,
It ain't
forget all that. This is the God of a fucking cow.
Yeah.
This is the God that delivered us out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, when you really just think about it, it's like, bro, we was tripping, bro. We was bugging out, bro.
And the Lord always references like Israel doing stuff in his sight, like they did such and such before my eyes or in my sight.
Yeah.
But the chariot was right there, like the brother just went into.
Yeah.
And
The
of
Lord was
course,
right there the whole time.
Yeah,
Like, nigga, I see you.
I see you. I see you.
Go ahead.
But verse 12 it says, moreover, I gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they may know that I am Yahweh that sanctified them. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes, and they despised my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in
If
them.
you do what I tell you, you're going to live. Go ahead.
And my Sabbaths they greatly polluted. Then I said I would pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness to consume them.
He told Moses, man, Moses, stand back. I'm going to smoke all these niggas. And what did Moses do? He became an intercessor. He was like, Lord, but you said, look, you said if you was going to deliver us into the land of Canaan. See, he was like, look, kill me if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Don't, you know, he was like, if the heathen see that you just kill us in the wilderness, it's going to make your promises look as if they was uneffective. Right? Go ahead.
Ezekiel 20 and 14. But I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen, in whose sight I brought them out.
And that's it. You know, he said he wrought for his name's sake, man. For his holy name's sake, he didn't destroy us completely. Right? So let's go back to Ezekiel 36.
This is back in the book of Ezekiel 36 and 21. It says, but I had pity for my holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen, whither they went.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went.
He said, so look, I'm not delivering you because of you. I'm delivering you for my name's sake. Same thing right now.
Mm.
The reason as to why Yahweh Bashanal Shah is doing what he's doing right now is for his holy name's sake. That's right. It's no need to be proud. There's no need to be all boastful and, you know, lording over brothers and, you know what I'm saying, thinking that you high and mighty. No, the Lord is doing this for his holy name's sake.
Yeah, like you did something.
Yeah.
The Lord is magnifying his name amongst the nations, the same way he did in the first Exodus. So he's going to do it on a much bigger scale this go around, man. Because we're in a super low state, man. It would be for somebody to say, you know, the so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, they're going to be the rulers of the next kingdom. People would laugh to your face.
Yeah.
It literally makes no sense for us to be next up. But the Lord going to do it. He's going to make the last first.
For his holy name's sake. He's going to sanctify. His name is going to be sanctified among the heathen. Among the heathen. That's why we're standing up in great boldness to this day right now, preaching and prophesying, as it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon 5, man. It's all through the Spirit. The Lord poured the Spirit out upon us.
Sure.
We didn't do nothing to receive the Holy Spirit. We didn't do anything to receive this knowledge. It was the Lord that poured the Spirit out on us to be able to receive it. You got it, God.
Okay. Back in the book of Ezekiel 36:23, it says, and I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, saith the Lord God, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes.
Right. So how is the Lord going to be sanctified in us how is the Lord going to be sanctified in us before the heathen's eyes? Exactly. That's how the Lord is going to be sanctified in us before the heathen's eyes when the Lord delivers us. You see, that's why it says, "We're in the land where it was said unto them, ye are not my people. There it shall be said unto you, ye are the sons of the living power." In the sight of the heathen. And it's going to happen. And it's happening. The beginning phases are happening right now. See, that's why Vocab Malone and all these different people like, look, we don't know who the Israelites are, but it can't be you. It can't be you niggas. And hell no, it ain't y'all. You see? Because we're claiming to be what? We're claiming to be the children of the Lord.
Yeah.
And we know that we are based upon what? The prophecies.
Right.
You see, the Lord put the Spirit on us to go out there and preach His word, man. We didn't just wake up one day, you know what? I'm about to start reading the book of Deuteronomy 28.
Right.
No, man, I couldn't even tell you where the book of Deuteronomy was even located before I came into the truth. I didn't know about Jacob and Esau. I didn't know about none of that. You know what I'm
all
saying?
a miracle that we've been brought back together, man.
Divine intervention.
Mm-hmm.
You know, coming from different
Inspiration.
aspects and walks of life, just to have this common purpose to serve the Lord, man. That's power.
And on top of that, we're able, the Lord has put the Spirit on us that we understand the prophecies to a T. And nobody else in the world could do that. So that's why the word can't be gainsaid.
And that's why Vocab fears too, because he really in the back of his mind.
He know what we're saying.
It's just
true.
like, man,
He like, these
I know.
motherfuckers.
You
What you
know?
about to say, Anna?
No, you said nobody else in the world can do that. That's Revelation 14:4.
That's right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Where it talks about how the only the 144,000 do the new song. You know what I'm saying? Even the other Israelites that's not of the 144,000, they're not gonna have that new song in its entirety.
It's exclusive to that remnant. This is an exclusive club.
Yeah. The remnant, man, the elect are going to get it. And they're going to repent.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The elect are going to repent. Not everybody's going to repent. The whole nation of Israel ain't just going to repent.
Yeah.
That's why we're not preaching to the whole nation of Israel. Our job is to go out there and preach, of course. But who receives the word and turns from it, that's up to the Lord.
Yeah.
It's not our job to make somebody convert. The Lord converts who He wants to convert, because those who are converted ultimately through the Spirit and power are of the elect. If they endure to the end.
Yeah.
If we endure to the end.
Yeah, Lord willing.
Say, trying to fall on problems. Plant in the water, God gives an increase. at the
That's
end of
right.
the day.
Exactly.
It's our job is to go out there and cast out that net and pull that net back, and then whatever the Spirit of God wants to see how much man shot wants to be kept from that net, that's kept. Everything else is thrown back.
Yeah.
You know.
I got a precept.
Mafia, have one real quick. No, you good. Go ahead.
Just real quick on to the remnant. This is Zechariah 8, verse 6 says, "Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, should it also be marvelous in my eyes, saith the Lord of hosts." And like you say, the remnant, we see this as a marvelous thing, and it's something that's new and something that's coming through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. This word is true. Like you said, the Lord said His word is not going to come back void. We have that faith and believe that this is going to happen. And the Lord see that as a marvelous thing. If it's marvelous in our eyes, it's marvelous in the Lord's eyes.
Right. Beautiful. You got yours, bro.
This is Wisdom Solomon 5, which is basically kind of, laying back on what you said. It's that same location. The nations are going to see it, and in turn, they're going to marvel. Right? When they see it, they should be troubled with terrible fear, and should be amazed at the strangeness of a salvation so far beyond all that they looked for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, "This is he whom we've had sometime in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools, we accounted his life as madness and his end to be without honor. How is he
Stacked
numbered
against us,
among-"
man?
So
The
like,
Lord's name is gonna be magnified because they just like them.
yeah,
You know,
that's
it's
good.
the odds is stacked totally against us. We're against this world, really. You know,
The true against all odds.
but the Lord gonna flip what everybody thinking gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For those men that been on the highways of the Bible, it's telling you the whole time what the deal was.
And what's it's gonna hurt them because it's gonna be like, how could it be these people that I look down upon?
And I hate them too.
I hate these niggas. It's them.
Talk shit about them all the time.
And on top of that, that's gonna be synonymous with them knowing I'm about to be in captivity.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why vocab don't want us to be.
Yeah, because they know the recompense. They know like, okay, if these niggas are the people, that what does that mean for us?
If this is the truth, I'm fucked.
Fuck that, because we know we try to play semantics on the news and be like, oh, racism doesn't exist. But we know deep down that we've been treating these people like shit, like absolute shit. And if they're the people, that means that we're about to get treated like absolute shit.
I do eggs outside my apartment at them.
Yeah.
If I may add, this is also this really just through the spirit. This is like the ultimate Cinderella story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, the evil stepsisters being the nation, you know what I mean, and us being, in subjection, and then the prince coming, right?
Yeah.
And we being the only ones to be able to fit that, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And, you know what I mean, and get that sanctification in front of all of them, So this is literally like the Cinderella story.
This is the best movie ever. The best movies, if you think about your favorite movie, you think about the guy, he falls from grace, he learns a bunch of little lessons, and he gets restored. That restoration, that comeback. And that's what we're the ultimate comeback story.
Everybody loves coming around.
No, make a point, bro.
NCAA tournament.
Yeah, the Cinderella team.
The Cinderella team that shouldn't even be there. They end up getting the crown.
Yeah, you be like, how they get this far?
How they get this far?
That's Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Yeah, that's the point being made. That second Exodus, that's when the Lord is going to be glorified again. His name is going to be proclaimed to be great again.
Because they're going to know there's no way that happens unless he did it.
Yeah.
That's Jeremiah 16. It's like, that's why I said it's no longer going to be talked about how you got delivered out of Egypt, but it's going to be talked about how you got delivered out of the land of the north.
Right.
And we going to actually go into the chariot this time. The chariot just ain't going to just guide us out of, split the sea for us and we going to walk behind it. No, we actually going to, we going to go up into that mud this time.
Think about what that looks like. Chariots, because we're scattered all over the world. Chariots all over the world, and you got people being taken up. And all the nations, they seeing war happen, people dying next to them, missiles. Yep. The sirens going off for missiles about to hit your city, but you seeing all these jakes being taken up in the sky. Oh my gosh.
Man.
And that's ultimately going to be a sign to them too, because they know if that's taking them up and delivering them, something about to happen.
They're being taken away from something.
Yeah.
I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Okay, one. Or if I'm not getting the missile, when they come back, that's my ass.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing good for them.
Yeah.
Nothing good comes of us being the people for these other nations. So it's no wonder why they're so adamant about us not being the people.
We're gonna be brought through the fire.
Yeah.
Like when the fire is coming from the missiles and the chariots, like literally the wave of fire is coming. Jake gonna be getting brought through the fire, like literally, and the fire is not gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
So they're gonna see the wave of fire coming, and Jake gonna be getting beamed through it. They're gonna be like, oh my, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. I had a vision when I first came into the truth about when I was in Pittsburgh that the whole city was on fire, and it was people being, it was in the nuclear fire that still was being taken up, and they was just fine. Clothes wasn't messed up or nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a quote for you. This is a quote from Robert Kennedy. But suppose God is black. And what if we go to heaven and we, all our lives, have treated the Negro as an inferior, and God is there and we look up and he is not white? What then is our response?
Yeah.
But you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? If I may say something, that's Esau's worst case scenario. That's the worst he can think of.
Yeah.
What's gonna be worse than that?
That was the spookiest shit he could say.
Yeah.
And they, you know what I mean? They look at it like this. They want to get rid of him because he was trying to get the money back by what was it, silver?
Gold
standard.
Yeah.
But even the Italians, they hated him too because they called him a nigger lover because he came from those little mob families. Yeah, so
It's gonna be worse than that. You know what I'm saying? Now in the spirit world, yeah, they in the spirit world, but when they come down here on earth, because that's what they think heaven is. You just live, you die once, and you in the spirit world forever. No, you got to come back on earth and serve that judgment, man.
perpetual ass whooping.
Yeah.
That's their worst nightmare.
Yeah.
And bro, cracked on clouds, bro. When he come out, they see the so-called black man step off their chairs. They immediately gonna know they fucked.
Can you imagine what double what we went through looks like? I can't even really imagine it. Double.
And in righteousness.
Yeah. And we're gonna have manipulation over elements, man. So the things that we'll be able to do is completely like, bro.
Bro, we're gonna be walking lethal weapons. Like we're literally gonna be walking weapons and being able to do whatever we want in righteousness, and the heathen ain't gonna be able to do anything to us. They're not gonna be able to try to stand up against. You can have every single Edomite in the world stand up against one Jake, and it's not gonna come to avail. Like one Jake in the kingdom against every single Edomite that tries to come up. You know what I'm saying?
Just
like
ass,
it's not gonna
straight
work.
ass whooping.
Like they gonna plot an overthrow or something.
Against one Jake.
Look, think about you. They say it was 100 worms in front of you. They're still defenseless.
A-Town stomping.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's what it's gonna be like.
Man,
A worm is defenseless. A worm just has to hope that you're not upset.
bro, A-Town stomp on them. Boys. They're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna. There's nothing that the worms can do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's what we are right now. With Jacob, that worm, we've been brought to a lower state, man. We can't do it. We have to depend on the Lord.
Yeah. So let's go back to Ezekiel 36 and we'll read through verse 20. We'll stop at verse 29, but we're at verse 24 right now.
It's back in Ezekiel 36 and 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land.
All right, so the Lord said He's going to take us from among the heathen, and He's going to take us back to our own land, proving that those people in the land right now aren't the people. The Lord didn't take them back into their own land.
Yeah.
And plus, where's King David if that's the case? Matter of fact, get Ezekiel 34 and 13.
It's the book of Ezekiel 34 and 13. It says, and I will bring them out from the people and gather them from the countries and will bring them to their own land and feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the rivers and in all the inhabited places of the country.
Go ahead. Pretty much the same thing we just read. Go ahead.
I will feed them in a good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be. There shall they lie in a good fold, and in a fat pasture shall they feed upon the mountains of Israel.
Right. So when the Lord brings us back into our own land, we're going to be fed.
Mm-hmm. The
land of Israel is going to be going. It's going to go back to what? The Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
That paradise. It's not going to be a desert. Like we going to Israel right now. If you look at Israel right now, it's just a lot of desert land.
It's gonna be a plush, greeny beachfront. Yeah, it's a beachfront, man.
Mm-hmm.
I got a precept for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's
back up. After it's gonna be destroyed as well because it was so defiled. So what it says, strangers shall build up thy walls.
Yeah.
So after that destruction, that fire goes out. Go ahead and put them heat in the work.
Yeah.
Build the best hub ever.
The best resources in the earth are gonna be right there in Israel, man, from top to bottom. Isaiah 43 and 5. It says, "Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth."
Go ahead.
Verse 7. "Even every one that is called by my name, for I have created him for my glory, I have formed him. Yeah, I have made him. Bring forth the blind people that have eyes and the deaf that have ears.
Right.
Let all the nations be gathered together, and let the people be assembled, whom among them can declare this. And shew us former things. Let them bring forth their witnesses, that they may be justified. Or let them hear and say, it is true."
Right. That's Isaiah 49.
This is Isaiah 43. I started at 5.
Okay, kind. So we're going to be brought from everywhere, man. We're going to be brought from the east into the west, man. You see, that's why the scripture says that He said, "Lo, I will command, and I will sift among the house of Israel, among the nations, and almost none." But He said, "Not the least grain shall fall upon earth." So we're going to be sifted amongst all these different nations where we've been scattered. And the sifting is going to take place by what? Yahweh Shai, Matthew 24 and 31. He said, "I will sound the trumpet, and I will gather together mine elect from the four corners of the earth." From one end of the earth to the other, man. See, chariots going to be covering the whole planet when Yahweh Shai returns, man.
Like Independence Day.
Yeah. And just, I was driving down the highway one day, and I was just looking at, it was like a slight horizon.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I was just looking from east to west, and I was driving like, bro, can you just imagine a chariot cracking the clouds, and like as far as you look to this way and as far as you look this way, it's just a device.
Yeah.
That's just cracking the clouds coming full.
You can't see the
There's
end of
nothing that you can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can do.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you're going to be able to do.
And Wisdom of Solomon 5, I think, is it verse 3 where it talks about, sorry.
Oh, good.
It gives you a depiction of what the feeling that people are going to be having.
Yeah.
All right.
This was Solomon 5. It says, when they see it, they should be troubled with terrible fear and should be amazed at the strangeness of His salvation, so far beyond all what they look for. And repenting and groaning in anguish of spirit, they should say within themselves, this is He whom we've had sometime in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools counted His life as madness and His ending without honor.
Yeah, so if you ever had like a gun put on you or a moment where you thought you was about to die, the feeling you have is you kind of go through almost every emotion
Everything is slow.
Everything in that instance, man. It's just like your heart stops. You just like they're gonna be going through that, man.
They say that kind of, people have said that, before they die, that your whole life kind of flashes
Yeah.
before you. You know, that kind of
Yeah.
saying you kind of see everything, within that moment.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
So, beautiful to us. But,
And what's beautiful about that chapter is that everybody comes to terms with they're a piece of shit. Because they said we accounted his life madness, his end to be without honor. We treated these people like shit. And now they're realizing, oh, we're the pieces of shit. In that one instance, they're gonna realize their place in the grand scheme of things. They're the ones that are low, not us.
Yep. It's gonna be a changing. Everything's gonna flip to the natural course of things. We can go back to Ezekiel 36.
God, this back in Ezekiel 36 in verse 24, it says, "For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you."
Right, he said, I will sprinkle clean water upon you. And it's already the beginning process of it happening right now. We're being sprinkled with the water of what? Of Yahushua, man. See, Yahushua is the high priest. You see that sprinkling the water amongst us, man. As a matter of fact, can somebody get Isaiah 52 in like the last two verses?
Okay. Isaiah 52, and we'll start at 14. 14, 15. Isaiah 52 and 14. It says, "As many were astonished at thee, and his form more than the sons of men. So shall he sprinkle many nations. The kings shall shut their mouths at him."
It says he shall sprinkle, and he is talking about Yahushua. It says he shall sprinkle many nations, and his kings shall shut their mouths at him. Go ahead.
"For that which had not been told them shall they see,
Right.
and that which they had not heard shall they consider."
And that which they didn't hear, they're going to consider. That goes right back to Wisdom of Solomon 5, man. Are these the people?
Mm-hmm.
See, so the Lord is going to sprinkle many nations, and we've been scattered amongst many nations. And when you go into the law of purification, I want to say it's in Leviticus 19. When you go into the law of purification, like if you touch a dead body or whatever,
right?
The high priest had to pretty much get water. He had to burn the ashes of it. He had to burn the heifer and the ashes. He had to put in the water. But specifically, it couldn't be standing still. It couldn't be water that was sitting still. It had to be running water. The water had to be flowing, living water that you had to put into a vessel. You see, so us being in a dead state, right? Yahushua is sprinkling us with the water of the washing of the word, and what we're rising up in these last days. But it's going to happen. It's going to completely fulfill itself when the laws are in us, when we're completely cleansed from the inside out. You see, that was in Isaiah 52. We can go back to Ezekiel 36, and we'll get ready to close up here in a minute.
God, this back in Ezekiel 36 and 26. It says, "A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you."
A new heart will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. That's the new covenant, or the law, statutes, and commandments, I'd rather say, being written in our inward parts. That's the Lord pretty much programming us to be completely righteous, to the whereas we'll never go off again.
Right.
Right? That lines up with Jeremiah 31 and 33. Hebrews 8, Hebrews 10, which is only given to the house of Israel. Right? Go ahead.
It says, "And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh."
Right. I'm going to take away the stony heart, and I'm going to give you a heart of flesh. You see, we're not going to no longer have to go to the law and read the law, statutes, and commandments to figure out what the Lord is pleased with and what the Lord is not pleased with. We're no longer going to have to go to the. Matter of fact, what's that precept say again?
Right.
Well, hold up. If I see this, but there's a precept on that, we ain't going to have to do that, man. It's already going to be in us. We're going to just know it. And our children and our children's children going to know it. You see, and that's ultimately the best gift that we can receive, is to know righteousness at any given moment without having to think about it. The only thing we're going to think about is righteousness and pleasing the Lord.
Yeah.
The scripture tells you that what he said, "In my right hand is pleasures forevermore," man. Yeah. You see, so it's gonna be in us to know righteousness, and the heathen gonna look at us and be like, "Damn, these are all wise and understanding people."
Yeah.
That's when going to really fully commence. Exodus 19, the Lord said, "What? He said, you will be a nation in the kingdom of priests. That hasn't been fulfilled yet. That's going to be fulfilled whenever the laws are in us. You see? And they're gonna have to bow down to us, man, because we are not going to go off in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The heathen ain't gonna have that green light. They're not gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's gonna be in them to be righteous robots. No, they're gonna be going off
They're
still.
gonna be in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be in the flesh. It's just like we are now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Just like how we slip up on some days. Sometimes you might forget the Sabbath. You can't control this. You can't control that. You know, they're gonna struggle with dealing with the law, statutes, and commandments in the flesh.
Subject to vanity, creature.
That's it. That's it.
Like we are now.
We gotta judge, and it say we gonna be judges and kings and priests forever. So that means
They gonna be bucking up forever.
there you go. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be levels to it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be levels to it. You're gonna have ones that's more righteous than the other.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, man, you're gonna get all us. It's gonna be that. They're gonna have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? They, just like we argue amongst each other, they're gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah.
They might have a congregation that believe they're gonna be in the flesh though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you think you finna eat that rat or you know what I'm saying, or do whatever you finna do out of pocket, you're gonna get judged.
Right.
The scripture said they're gonna say, "Let us go to Jerusalem and learn of them."
Yeah.
So they may even come up to ask questions sometime. Like, we really kind of fuzzy, right? You know what I mean?
How do we deal with this? Because this happened.
And of course, if you are the elect, you ain't gonna have to worry about it. They ain't gonna be asking you. You know what I'm saying? I was saying just that. Okay, think about it like this. You see how Esau at every level they got somebody in management.
Yeah.
Israelites.
Chain of command.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we ain't gonna have time. If we are the elect, we ain't gonna have time for their questions and bullshit and all that. Nah, we got rulership and bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
You know? But those,
taskmasters.
you know what I'm saying? Just like those Israelites that's gonna have their head down, they gonna be over them niggas. You know?
Well, I mean, like the scripture tell you, it says that we're gonna have the power to retain and the power to remit.
Yeah.
So, like, even with that going on right now in the kingdom, we're gonna have that same authority.
Yep.
So if you want to grant mercy, you're gonna have that power if you want to grant mercy to them.
Yeah.
If they go off. But
Yeah.
if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's right.
It's gonna be on you. But everything that you do, you're not gonna be going off.
Yeah, you're gonna be right.
It's gonna be in righteousness sake, man. You see, so like if they come up and they say, you know what I'm saying, you know what, man, Salakia, we didn't, it was a Sabbath and I was thinking I cooked. You know what I'm saying? They come repentant in the very, and you gonna know if they sincere.
Perfect
You already gonna know in their mind if they sincere or
Yeah,
not.
perfect
You gonna be able to know. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm gonna have mercy on them.
Yes.
They gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gonna be in that broken and contrite spirit.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's it.
Everything is gonna completely switch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
They would forgive sins, man. Like y'all was somebody.
He told Peter that. He said
That's
that.
it.
He said to Peter.
That's it.
He said that.
You talking about Matthew 19.
Yeah, he's gonna grab it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the book of Matthew 19, and I'm going to start at verse 27. The point is in 28. It says, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have thereof? And Yahushua said unto him, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And I believe that word judging goes into pretty much having rule, pretty much being able to delegate authority and power. You know, like the elder was going into, you're gonna have levels to Israel, man.
Chain of
You have
command.
to elect and chain of command.
Yeah, a high level official, he got, liaisons. He not going to, he ain't in there like that.
Yeah.
Not
He
everybody
gets reports back,
I was gonna say, not everybody gets to meet the CEO.
Right,
exactly.
exactly.
See the CEO. You know what I mean?
He got managers.
He gonna be in the building a lot of time. He gonna be traveling,
But if you're a part of that number, man, it's gonna be rare that people come across you. When people
Right.
come across you, they come, oh my God.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because even to come across, because everybody, they gonna have their guy. You might be your son, you might have your right hand man. If you guys seen the show Game of Thrones, all the kings had a hand. So they know whoever he went, this man, if he spoke whatever he said, it's like the king said it.
Right.
So you'll have people that hey man, he's a part of the king's council. He's a part of, Yatsizak's council.
It's just like Daniel. Daniel was set up as a president.
Right.
So like when you set up, you don't see the president every single day. You don't see the vice president. You don't see the vice president. You don't see the secretary.
You don't even see the governor.
You don't see
You
don't see the governor. You don't see none of those people. So like when a delegate, pretty much when an order goes down, the heathen gonna know that it's coming from up top.
Yeah.
They may not see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they gonna know that it's coming from a higher power.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna have to supplicate unto us.
Yeah.
And them supplicating unto us is gonna be serving Yahweh B'Shem Shah at the end of the day.
Yeah, it'll be thus saith Tazamah, you know, by the
Right.
power of Yahweh B'Shem Shah. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
how it's
yeah.
gonna be. That's it.
That's
You know?
it.
Somebody grab John 20 and 23 real quick. Start verse 22, but read through 23.
And if I may, that's kind of where he got that from. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing is, Yahweh Shah being the right hand of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
That's why he said, if
They
you've
mimic
seen me,
it.
you've seen the Father.
Yeah.
You know?
Woo.
I was just gonna make a point that even in Esau's navy or military, like the captain, you can be on a boat or on a ship rather
Captain's
for
orders.
months, and you don't even see the captain. But if he walks in the room, everybody knows that. Like,
And they stand to
on
attention.
deck, like somebody yells attention on deck, and you stand up, like, and
Yeah.
he has to say at ease, or he just goes on
That's right.
whatever he wants to do. He's the captain.
Yep. See in the movies and stuff.
Complete order.
Yep. Say at ease. Yeah, he said that at ease or carry on, and then you sit back down to go back to your computer or whatever the hell you're doing. But everybody got to stand their ass up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's in the scriptures actually. It actually says when an elder walks into the room, you're supposed to stand up. That's in the law.
Mm.
It say you're supposed to stand up. I'm saying I'll find it.
Even regarding the heathen, King David said when I walked in the room, they shut the fuck up.
Shut their ass straight.
Yeah, at ease. Yeah.
Shut your ass down.
Yeah. I'm sorry you fit a hole in you, soldier, but yeah, sit your head down.
When you go in the courtroom too, you know what I'm saying? When the
Judge
walk
walk
in,
in, you gotta stand up.
All
Everybody.
rise.
The spectators gotta stand up.
All rise. And you got to. And the thing is, you have to say your honor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have to say your honor because if you don't, that judge, that pretty much your life is in that judge's hands. You know what I'm saying?
That's for a low level judge in this kingdom.
Think about it.
How much
Think
more
about
so?
when you in court.
When that's submission.
Think about when you in court.
Yeah.
When you in court, you humble in a hoe. That's how he's gonna be.
You got your Sunday's best on.
You know what I'm
everything.
saying? They gonna have on fringes. They gonna have on their border of blue. They gonna be
Spears.
You know, shaking like a dice game up in that mud. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we feel in court. You know what I'm saying? But bro, when we see them red, white, and blue lights, that shit do something to you.
You know.
That's how they gonna feel. You see?
Right. Hey, rightly so.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they gonna feel 100-fold worse than what we feel when we get pulled over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shaking, cracking, I try not to be held in contempt.
You know what I'm saying? And they can't lie.
You gonna know if they lying.
That's what I'm saying.
You already gonna know.
They
So
can't lie.
it's like, bro, just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you lie, we already gonna know it, and that's just gonna make the punishment even worse.
That's it.
It's like a parent, like, man, look, don't lie to me because at the end, the more you lie, the mama it's gonna make your
Hey,
whooping,
Esau's
it's gonna make
court.
your ass whooping worse.
I might put the spirit on a heathen and be like, I know my rights. And just fuck him up.
I know my rights, man. Your rights is to be in chains, goddamn.
Oh, that's gonna be beautiful.
Go ahead.
This
And
is,
then we get yours.
this is John chapter 20. I'm going to start at verse 22. It says, and when he had said this, talking about Yahushua, he breathed on them and said unto them, receive ye the Holy Spirit.
Mhm.
Whosoever sins ye remit, they are remitted unto them.
Whosoever sins you remit, they are remitted unto them. Remit means pretty much take back, right? I'm sorry, remit means give them to them. Go ahead.
And whosoever sins ye retain,
Who you retain, hold. Go ahead.
they are retained.
They are retained. So we're gonna have that power in the kingdom to be able to show. We're gonna have that power to show mercy or show judgment, and it's gonna be in our hands at that point. But it's not gonna be in unrighteousness. It's gonna be in complete righteousness, man.
Perfection.
You see, like, you know what? Looking at him, you know what I'm saying? You know what? You good, man.
Yeah, I know his thoughts.
Go ahead and go. You know what?
Yeah.
Your sins are retained.
His
Sins are remitted. Go
his
ahead.
credit report.
Can I say this real quick? They got a background check for you.
Yeah.
When they run your background, they're gonna be like, oh, you're a repeated offender. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna lock his ass up. You know, 3 strikes you out type shit to jail. But here's an example.
Yeah.
Man.
You know, it's like a judge when you got the plaintiff and you know what I'm saying, you got the lawyer and they objection, Your Honor, and retained, and they shut their ass up.
Yeah, overruled.
overruled,
Sustained.
or
Yep.
sustained. Say not retained, but sustained. Sustained or overruled. You know what I'm saying? And then what the judge say is that's it.
And then how many times you see, you know what, Mr. Such and such and such, so I'm tired of seeing you in my courtroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We done.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You done been in here time and time again. You know what, you ain't right.
And they hit that gavel.
That's what I'm saying. If you ain't finna be on death row for no 20 years, you get the death penalty, I'm talking right now.
Yep.
Yeah. You finna get your ass off the planet right now.
Repeated offender.
You know, read that again, Dr. Shaw, and then read down to when was it Philip that came, or was it Thomas?
Thomas.
Yeah, keep reading.
This is John chapter 20, verse 23. One more time, says, "Whosoever sins he remit, they are remitted unto them.
And this was after he breathed on him, right? Yep. Kind.
And whosoever sins he retain, they are retained. But Thomas, one of the 12, called Didymus, the water, was not with them when Yahushua came."
You see that? Yahushua breathed on the disciples, then Thomas got there. So he missed out on the. You see that? He didn't have the faith that it's levels to it. You see that he didn't have the faith of the men that was in that room. So Yahushua handled him different. You see? A lot of people don't catch that. Right after the Lord breathed on them, right after he opened them up, then Thomas came. You see? Keep going.
I never caught this.
Read right past that.
John 20:25.
Because he doubted.
Exactly.
Right after that, he doubted.
He didn't need to be in the room for that. But he was a part of the ministry.
Right.
You see, but that's what I'm saying. It's just like how the Lord took Peter, James, and John, but he didn't take everybody else. That was one of them type of moments. He wasn't supposed to be there. Go ahead.
Verse 25. The other disciples therefore said unto him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said unto them, "Except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand."
That's what I'm saying. Why you got to do all that?
Extra.
Your brothers just told you they seen it. You was there when the Lord told you that he was coming back. Right?
Right.
No, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's levels to that faith. You see? And the Lord told him, keep going.
If I could make a real quick point on that, think about this. Yahushua was there. And right when Yahushua was there, when Thomas came, he disappeared. He pretty much hid himself.
Yep.
And he was there the whole time.
Yep.
He was pretty much, in a sense, he was invisible. It wasn't like he disappeared. He didn't know where the hell he was at.
Right.
He was right there the whole time.
Right there.
And he just didn't display himself.
Probably standing behind.
And then he was like, you know what? Unless I see his holes in his hands and his rib, I ain't believing the goddamn thing y'all saying. And then Yahushua said he can't.
John 20:26. I finished that when I said, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I will not believe. Verse 26. And after 8 days, again, his disciples were within, and Thomas with them. Then came Yahushua, the doors being shut.
It took 8 days. It just didn't happen instantly.
Yeah.
It took some time. 8 days later, that's when Yahushua came and was like, Thomas.
Bro, that was probably the last thing he was expecting.
Bro, 8 days later, you thinking like, man, he ain't coming back.
Right.
You know, after the disciples already seen him do.
Yeah.
You're like, man, y'all lying. I ain't believing y'all. Go ahead.
It says, and then came Yahushua, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst and said, "Peace be unto you."
Teleportation.
Shalom.
Shalom, Michael.
That's fire. And the doors were shut. So yeah, that spiritual power. He just appeared in the midst of them.
He did that. Bro, he did that even before. After he did that, he was doing that before he even died.
Yeah.
He would just disappear and reappear. He would just run away. Like he would be in the midst of people trying to grab him up. He would just disappear.
Trying to.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what? You know, same thing.
Verse 27. Then said he to Thomas, "Reach hither thy finger and behold my hand."
Imagine that. I was like, I said this 8 days ago.
Yeah.
Eyes big as shit.
Like, bro, how do you hear me? Right?
"And reach hither thy hand and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing." And Thomas answered and said unto him, "My Lord and my power." Yahushua said unto him, "Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen
You see that? It's levels to it.
and yet have believed.
You see? It shows you the difference in the levels of belief. But the Lord dealing with all of them. You see? He knew how to deal with each individual. You know what I'm saying? So just like Tazama going into, that's the type of power we gonna know how to deal with each individual righteously. Hands down. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, we're gonna have that knowledge, we're gonna have that insight, because what the Lord's spirit and the spirit is gonna be in us. Pretty much we're gonna judge righteous judgment 24/7 forever, eternity. It's gonna be righteous judgment going on when you in your house, when you amongst your woman, when you just out and about doing things. It's gonna be righteous judgment. Every single judgment you do is gonna be righteous. And it's like it's hard to even fathom that in this flesh,
Man.
you know. But think about that. Every thought that you have, every action that you have, every step that you take, every word that you speak, everything that you do is gonna be pleasing to the Lord, regardless of what you do. It's gonna be pleasing to Yahweh Shah.
That's unimaginable, man. Right for us right now.
Man.
You can't go a day without. Just imagine this: being amongst Israelites who are also perfect, and you just around Jake, and you just going throughout your day. No nigga cut you off in his chariot. Nobody being ignorant with you. It's just complete peace and happiness, man. Your woman don't never talk back to you. Your kids just do right. You never have
no evil eye towards your brother.
no evil eye towards your brother. You ain't got to worry about walking down the street and nigga like, what you looking at, nigga?
Shit.
I can't even imagine that. Just going forever. If I just stayed in Israel for like a whole year and I just never had any bullshit like that.
That's Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. Also, when you read that now, instead of saying, if thou will hearken, then it'll be this. No. We done hearkened. It is this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, now we get to read it tweaked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know if y'all hearken, y'all going to be overcome with blessings. You overcome with blessings now.
Right, because you're gonna automatically.
Because you know that's what I'm saying. It's in you to hearken. You know, you can't go off.
We can go back to Ezekiel 36 and finish up. You know, we can go on for a little over an hour now.
Hey, can we finish up with Deuteronomy 28? And 1 through 14? We just zip through it. Yeah. I mean, I know you just called for something. But
Go ahead. We can do Deuteronomy 20.
Or did you want to finish up?
36 or
you said somebody they wanted
You
down
read
like
26, right?
Yeah. I think.
Just read down to verse 29 and then jump to Deuteronomy.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it because it's going to segue in.
This back in the book of Ezekiel 36 and 27. It says, and I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God.
Mm-hmm.
I will also save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn and will increase it and lay no famine upon you.
Right, the Lord going to call for the corn and he ain't going to lay a famine upon us. Pretty much the Lord is going to bless us. You know, he's going to put his laws, statutes, and commandments in us. And then on top of that, he's going to bless us. With all the blessings that we're going to go read in Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. We can jump in there right now with the guys.
I'm there. Deuteronomy 28 and 1. It says, and it shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy
see,
God.
at this point, we diligently hearken because it's in us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when you diligently hearken, what happens? Go ahead.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
The Lord is going to set us on high above all nations forever. Right?
Ever.
Because we hearken. Yahushua came back. You see, the 144,000 was sealed. The war was won. So now we're talking about forever. It's the first day of forever, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come upon thee.
All these blessings are on us. Go ahead.
And overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So everything that these brothers just ran down, automatic. Keep going.
Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field.
Mm-hmm. Wherever you at. What you said? Wherever you at, wherever you go. Everything you do. Keep going.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Yep, your kids. Generations upon generations. What was it? Generational wealth.
Exactly.
Not this bag full of holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing you pass down to your kids in captivity is your debt.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And that's what they don't get, man. They trying to establish something on everything that you hunting for on this side.
How's it working for them though?
It's not.
Every nigga chasing the meal ticket owe somebody $1,000.
Right.
So now, stop. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what? Just go ahead and die and come back. Let's do that. That's what's gonna happen before you chase that ticket.
Yeah.
Before you catch that ticket, I say that.
Right.
I would say obedience is gonna bring you all that and more. You don't even know what to ask for in the flesh.
Right.
But this is hearkening to the Lord, law, statutes, and commandments in you forever. On.
Generational wealth.
Yes.
Like true generational, like, and I know generational wealth where you deal with some dollars, like,
You know what I'm saying? And you ain't have to sell your soul for it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had to disobey the Heavenly Father. You see, you ain't had to slap the Heavenly Father in the face and bend it over backwards on camera. You ain't had to do none of that.
Goodness, man. Seek ye first the kingdom.
And that's what I'm saying. You do all that shit in captivity and shit, you still under a nigga thumb.
Man, you still subject to the limit.
You see? Go ahead.
You can rob you, identity stuff, and get hack your bank account.
You know?
Yeah.
The society fall, that shit's going with it.
Matthew 6.
Yeah.
Mark and Ruff.
I was
Yeah,
I was just
you can still get canceled.
Yeah, you can connected to an electrical grid.
Yeah.
So power outages and stuff that affect you.
You
know
still,
what I'm saying?
at the end of the day, the money that you get or whatever the case may be, the so-called quote-unquote money that you get is not real. It's not yours. It's all fake.
Exactly.
We ain't gonna have to worry about money anyway, because we're gonna have all tangible mineral resources.
True research.
Church is gonna be given into the hands of the righteous.
Like we finna go into whatever seed we just throw in the ground is gonna grow
Yeah.
in abundance.
In abundance. Yeah.
Verse 4. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground,
There it is.
and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
Go ahead.
Blessed shall be the basket and thy store.
Your
That's what I'm saying.
basket.
Whatever business you
Yeah.
got going. You see, whatever you put your hand to, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Brothers do jewelry. Brothers gonna have some off the chain jewelry businesses.
whatever it is.
Big storehouses full of,
Yeah.
merchandise and inventory too.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, you gotta think. Okay, think of that sign we got. That sign we got with the Red Shield clan
Mhm.
and all the things that they control.
Yeah. Hey, this
Hello,
us.
hello, yeah, food,
Yeah.
entertainment,
Everything.
fashion, everything.
All the other nations gonna be bringing up they stuff, they substitute from different parts of wherever they at.
Everything.
Best spices, whatever. We gonna have the best of everything.
That's what I'm saying. We was gonna be the best. We the best at everything. So all that football, basketball, all that shit gonna be gone. Anybody trying to watch no Eagles hoops? We gonna be way past that. You know, no, that ain't basketball ain't coming. You know, basketball ain't coming. You can hang that shit up. You know what I'm saying? You know?
It's gonna be so far
Stuff
out
we can't even think about right now.
Right.
that we can't even perceive
Yeah,
it right
we
now.
probably can't even come
Not
up
these
with.
bodies yet.
Yeah, it's like a bird brain. You can't teach a bird math.
Man.
Verse 6. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
You know, the coming in and going out. Hey, who knows how that's gonna go?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We not gonna be dying and all that. We gonna have to die to come back and go on and be reincarnated. No. He said forever.
Yeah.
I want to say the only reason we can die is because of sin.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna be sinning. So guess what? Go ahead.
The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
That's not even gonna be a thought.
Yeah.
That's not even gonna be a thought.
Yeah, because when we go back to the holy and the right way, the scriptures say that the nation's not going to learn war anymore.
Right. Yep.
Verse 7 again. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses and in all that thou settest thine hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
That's what I'm saying. King Solomon's kingdom was a prelude to forever. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say from the time he started to reign to right before he went out, he was still considered righteous.
Right.
Right? That wasn't even the whole earth. And Benaiah, beautiful breakdown going into looking into those numbers and how they would look today.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
In 1 year,
Bro, 1 year.
and that ain't even the whole earth. You see? Now think about what Yahushua, it's gonna be the earth and then the rest of the mansions.
Yeah.
You see?
Many mansions.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Jake want to try to build a kingdom in captivity.
Bullshit.
Fine.
It's gonna be burned up anyway.
Yeah,
Fine.
it's gonna be burnt up anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They
saying.
think about this little. They got that tennis ball mentality, man.
Man.
We talking about intergalactic enterprise.
Yeah.
Bro,
It's
planets,
apartment
galaxies,
mentality. Yeah.
universes.
Yes.
Not just the universe. I'm talking about different galaxies,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at different, I went to the museum the other day. You know, that's just something I like going to. I like just going to museums, man. Like I just go and I help by myself. But like I went to this the museum and it showed this whole different. It was like a dome that you walk in and it showed like they had different TVs all around the area. And it showed like pretty much you walk in, it's as if you in space.
Yeah. So
And it shows you like I'm talking everywhere you look, it's
Stars.
galaxy. I'm talking about galaxies as far as you can look. And I was thinking in my head, you know, I was in my rib or whatever, and I was like, man, I was like, this makes me think about something. She was like, what? I was like, man, it makes me think of the scripture. You know what I'm saying? She don't know the Bible, you know, nothing like that. I was like, it makes you think about how we're gonna have many mansions. And it was just hell. I'm talking about as far as you could look in that room, it was just galaxies, bro. Like I'm talking about different colors, different just, you know what I'm saying? And that's we gonna have access to all that, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. No Esau.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
All that space and opportunity with no damn devil.
Oh, devil, this nigga.
Bro, because this is just one solar system. It's a solar system with some planets. Galaxies have thousands, hundreds of thousands of solar systems.
Bro,
Man, that's so far out, bro.
You can't even fathom.
You look at the Milky Way galaxy, as Esau says it. You look at the Milky
as
Way
he
galaxy. This solar system is just like
A
a
dot.
small little, like in the far left corner.
And they can't even get past the Van Allen.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what they show you.
Yeah.
But like it's just like a little ass corner, and then you got the rest of just the Milky Way galaxy.
Yep.
And then you got other millions of billions of galaxies out there, bro. Like we're gonna be.
Yeah.
Our enterprise is going to expand to
Far beyond what you can think, bro. Because we're gonna be having babies. We're gonna be getting down.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be having babies. It got to be space for all us.
one more point I can make.
Yeah.
Just think about this, bro. Think about this. You're gonna have your heart's desire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about you create your own planet, or you go to a planet.
Yeah.
Right? And you set one of your sons up as the ruler of this planet.
Yeah.
You get slaves, you put them on the planet, different nations of people, you put them on the planet.
Yeah.
But you put your son as the ruler of that planet, but you're the overseer of the planet.
Yeah.
They don't never see you.
Right.
That's it.
They don't never see you.
Yeah.
But when you come down, it's gonna be like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Think about that. And
Yeah.
all that glory
Oh my God.
goes to y'all.
It goes to the
Yeah.
it goes to
All
y'all.
that.
Yeah.
Like, bro, come on, man. Come on.
Bro.
We have time to visit all those planets for all our kids.
Man.
It ain't no crunch time. Like, okay, what my son look like
Yeah.
today?
Time
And that gender.
Time ain't gonna be a concept to us, man. And you will be able to go to any of these places, you know, probably like that. Just
Yeah.
put your latitude and longitude in,
Ain't
and
no
then
problem.
pop up.
Ain't no problem.
Instant Dragon Ball Z instant transmission. You know, go.
Yeah.
He goes to
And
different
that's,
places.
and that's beautiful that the Lord lets you know that Esau won't be a part of none of this. Because when you look at Star Wars and Star Trek and all these different shows,
Right.
it's talking about them exploring all these things that we discussed.
That's right.
Absolutely the
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
not. Absolutely the one planet you were allowed to be on, you served your purpose.
Yep.
It was never meant for you to do none of that other
Yeah.
stuff.
Exactly.
You see, you can dream and you can hope, but you can't go.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. People after a while, only remembrance the nation's gonna have an Esau is through stories.
Yep. Yep. That's
They're
right.
gonna be like, was he actually a real person?
Yep.
Hey, the deceiver and the deceiver is his.
Yeah.
This nigga done deceived the whole planet into thinking he done went out of the atmosphere
Yeah.
and went to the moon. So he the deceiver and the whole planet of idiots outside there living believe this dumb
Yeah.
Mhm.
This the deceived.
And movies about it. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna actually have that power, bro. Like, you know, like I said, man, you put your son as a rulership as a ruler of the planet, and then
No, not.
you are going to be the overseer of that. They don't even know you're around. You just overseeing things, and then when you come down and implement judgment, I'm talking about the whole planet probably may start shaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? All hailstones are falling. You know, whatever. But it's going to be in righteousness. You're going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You going to have your heart's desire.
I love
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's what I'm
Like the
saying.
angels be overlooking things over here. We can't see them. How much? Who said we ain't gonna be able to do that?
That's it.
You know what I'm saying,
The scripture
That's
said we're
it.
going to judge angels.
bro?
So that means we're going to be powerful, more
Yeah.
powerful than them.
Yeah.
Right?
Whole
Angels
different
can
level.
destroy the whole earth.
Yeah.
You know?
One angel.
One angel. So we're going to
Bro, with this understanding, you're not gonna be worried about this. What's going on in the world? You're trying to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is hasten the day type of material right
Set
here.
your affections on things
You
above.
know,
Yeah.
man, bro, I'm gonna cry.
For real.
Straight up, man.
Because this is comfort to our souls. It's like, man, okay, we ain't gonna be in this condition forever, man.
Bro,
We just passing through this whole You on a road trip on the way something, you gotta maybe take a piss. You might have to go to a truck stop that got a shitty bathroom, but it's like you ain't gonna be there for a moment. You're just gonna piss off and jump back in and get to your destination.
we gonna see the Lord as He is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord don't get sleepy. Yahweh, you think Yahweh Shah get tired? You think Yahweh Shah get old in the heavens?
Right.
You think he's sitting there aging? He got a pimple. He trying to pop that bug. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there just like, you over there like, man, his back hurting. Man, Yahweh Shah. I'm talking about. He ain't getting tired. He's the true. I don't get tired. You know what I'm saying?
I'm preparing a place. So yeah, that's what he's doing. He's preparing that place. Yeah, while we get ready for it. So yeah,
They said the galaxy is ever extended. They said the galaxy is extended. They said that the universe continually just expands.
It's
I
just
can't
That's
wrap
what
my
they
mind
say.
around it 'cause
You
it's-
can't wrap your mind around it, but if that is the case,
That's
who's doing it?
that's-
He's preparing a place, ain't he?
Yeah.
bruh.
If it were not so, I would have
Bruh.
told you. I said in St. John 14.
Like the Lord ain't just sitting there.
He's not just sitting there.
That's what I'm saying. Come on,
He doing
the
things.
scripture. We talking about it.
Yeah.
He's preparing a place.
That's right.
Yeah,
He prepared a place in Genesis 1.
that's what I'm saying. Come on, and he prepared that place for what? For a certain phase of the story. So that's like, bro, the first day of forever.
Wrap your mind around that phrase. The first day of forever. The first day of eternity. Come on, man.
I'm pretty sure we'll have our, it'll be like, man, that's gonna after that ceremony, after the elect receive those crowns, man.
Yep.
It's gonna be like that's gonna be a beautiful ceremony itself, man. Because we're gonna all get to look at each other and be like, bro,
Yep.
we finally done with that
That
place.
ceremony might take
crown.
about 700, 800 years.
Yeah, who knows how long it's
Yeah.
Receiving a crown, bro. Like you think about you running there, you gonna keep crown. Your crown just automatically gonna stay in
Yeah,
your head.
just
It's
Like
never
a
gonna
magnet
fall.
or something.
You know what I'm saying? But unless you pick it up and take it off, it's never
It's
gonna
really
fall.
connected to you.
Unless you just pick it up and take it off.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like Thor's hammer, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he hits your crown, try to pick it up, he ain't gonna be able I'm joking now. We can continue though.
You had a precept you said?
I'll get up to that, bro.
Okay, verse 9, Deuteronomy 28 and 9. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God and walk in his ways. And all of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord.
All the other earth are going to see and they're going to know that you've been called by the name of the Lord. He's going to sanctify his name amongst us, amongst the heathen. As you read in Ezekiel 36. We're going to have that glow to us. We're going to have a natural glow to us, man.
Yeah.
You're going to be walking and you're going to just be bright.
Illuminate.
Like literally you're going to be bright.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People will look at you like, damn. And then the elect are going to be, the Israelites going to have a glow to themselves. But the elect are going to have a whole nother glow. Then Yahweh Shah's glow, then Yahweh glow.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
It's going to be like,
Bro,
Oh,
if
man.
you see the glory of the Lord, you die.
That's it.
oh, real.
That's it.
Can't.
That's
I mean,
it.
in these bodies, of course, you
Yeah.
know. That
Last
is,
thing you gonna see.
yeah.
Man. Yeah, yo, I start to burn out as soon as, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, bro, but we're going to actually be, think about this. We're going to see Yahweh Shah as he is. We're going to be there with Yahweh Shah. We're
Yeah.
waiting for Yahweh Shah. And Yahweh Shah is going to introduce us to Yahweh. He's going to introduce us to his father. Whereas we're actually going to be able to witness Yahweh too.
Oh my
As
goodness.
Yahweh Shah witnesses Yahweh, we're going to be joint heirs. We're going to see Yahweh face to face too. Bro, think about that.
That's his will. That's his will.
Bro.
The first time people actually look at him, like, after all this happened, it's going to be so amazing.
Receive his sons, though.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh my
exactly, 'cause not
gosh,
everybody's gonna have that access.
Right.
They gonna know, but not everybody gonna have the access to be face to face with Yahweh.
Yep.
You know, you got it, bro.
Continuing on, verse 11. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, and in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open thee his good treasure, the heavens to give the rain unto the land in season. And going back, if these heathen going off, we'll be able to stop the rain in their land. And to bless all the work of thine hand, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow.
See that? We're gonna lend unto many nations, and we're not gonna borrow, man.
And I'm going to deny. Like your credit is bad. Okay, your credit score is some shit. Okay, I can't give you this loan.
Your spirit score is too low.
The spirit score is horrible.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't know if I can get. I don't know if I can give you this because I don't think I'm gonna get it back.
Even if it's spiritual squad, you don't have no collateral.
Yep. Right. Yeah.
Shit. Bro, these motherfuckers, bro, you can rainwater ain't safe to drink. This damn devil say you can't have rain out the sky. I hate you,
Bro,
so much. You can't have rain out the sky.
I remember it was in Florida. This lady got a fine. One of my neighbors in my neighborhood. She had these big barrels, and she was collecting the rainwater. It rains in Florida every day, and she was funneling that water through a house and using that water instead of using the town water. And they gave her a big old fine, man, a little old lady, because she was collecting something that they don't even own.
a God-given resource. Esau will tax you on a God-given resource.
That boy poison the rainwater. Y'all can't have nothing.
Bro.
Y'all
They did that even about on the West Coast too, like Oregon, something.
Yeah, a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
How can you not?
They gave his ass a lot of years in jail too. Like, come on.
And who told? It had to be Edomite that told him, bitch ass nigga.
Yeah. What type of weak sauce is you on? But that's what I'm saying. Think about that though. That's their way of controlling the. You see, it's everything they do is wicked and artificial. Everything we're gonna do is gonna be righteous and on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this type of lesson is important, man. When you think about how jacked up this place is, ain't none of that shit gonna be possible under the rulership of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? This is what life looks like. Deuteronomy 28:15 on down. Yeah. How hard we was talking about it went 28:1-14. We don't live the curses.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's gonna go to them. Oh, we can't have rainwater. Oh, the rainwater. We can't have the rainwater neither. Okay, well, let's see what our version look like of you not being able to have the fucking water.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Meditate terror with a spiritual mind that can't go off. Ooh, let's see what we can do this time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, call all your Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That recompense is a righteous thing.
Right.
You see?
Yep.
Oh man, look.
They ain't gonna have no Walmart to go to get some food.
I'm telling you.
They got to grow their own food.
I'm telling you.
And if you ain't got no rain to grow no crops, then shit, you got your ass on the look.
Yeah.
And we could put the spirit on the heathen to say no or to tax your ass a whole other tax bracket.
So low down the totem pole. You so low down the totem pole, you wouldn't even, man, you'd be dizzy. Trying to get you know what I'm saying? Trying to get a meeting. Get out of here.
And before the heathen try to sell you some crops, man, they're gonna have to come to us first.
Yep.
Is it okay?
They gonna know it.
They're gonna know, like, is it okay?
No, it's not.
Nope. They transgress. Don't sell them anything. If you do sell them something, we ain't gonna give your ass no rent.
That's
They're
right.
Like, you know what? Hell no. You like, God,
That's it.
You know, I'm gonna be calling Moab. Hey, could you help? Click.
That's it. Because their spiritual phones gonna be tapped.
Yeah.
That's it.
You see, we gonna tap they fucking spirits.
Yeah.
And if they try to have some backdoor conversation, we gonna know about that shit.
Was this
And
not
they
you?
trying to tap us?
Yep.
That's it. That's it.
Shoot, man. Don't this make you feel good?
Oh yeah.
Why the hell would you want to stay here?
That's good news.
Mhm.
That's good news.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. You got it. What verse you on?
I'm in verse 13.
Okay, so one more verse move right.
And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna be observing and doing them. So all those promises that the Lord made are gonna come to pass. This is what happens when also we had to go through the first obstacle course to be able to master the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? Earth is just a prelude. You see? We had also the going through what we went through on this go round. You know what I'm saying? From the time of the creation all the way up to Yahushua coming back and thermonuclear destruction and all that. That's the first portion of our story. You know what I'm saying? So 13,000 plus, give or take years, you know what I'm saying, of learning what's pleasing to the Heavenly Father, what's not, what life looks like with it, and what it don't.
Yeah.
Many times.
Right?
Various different captivities.
You see, we've been married and divorced in this portion of the creation.
Yep.
You see?
Seen it all.
Can I pull this one, bro? Yep. Yeah, you got it, bro. Isaiah 65 and 24. I'm reading NLT. It says, I will answer them before they even call to me. While they are still talking about their needs, I will go ahead and answer their prayers.
That's what I'm saying. You know, that's what, our goings are still going to be of the Lord even then. Mm-hmm. We're going to be in righteous bodies that can't go off and all that. And he's still going to be in full control.
Right. Yep. Everything going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Does it do it? Yeah, that was it. Okay, fine. Anybody else?
All right, so so with that, Lord willing, this class was edifying to the elect of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Lord's will it brought forth comfort. You know what I'm saying? As we got a lot to look forward to, man. We got a lot to look forward to, but we gotta go through the straight in order to be able to receive, the broad things. So we pray that Yahweh Bashim Shai, gives us the strength and the spirit to be able to endure. So with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders that taught us this truth and that's still out here pushing this truth. And much peace, love, and salutations to the elect of Yahweh Ba'ashem. Shalom.
Shalom.